Good.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Well, I'm Devin,
And I'm Kate.
and we're going to talk about being transgender and shot pain.
What's on your mind before you start getting the shot?
I hate it. It hurts. It's painful. It's like, I forget that I'm transgender until it's shot day. You know what I mean? Everything's normal. You know, I live a normal life day to day. Have a wife. You know what I mean? I work. And then it's shot day. And then you realize, okay, you know. So that's what I think about shot day.
So do you live stealth then? Would you say that you live stealth then?
Yeah, I do live stealth. I live my life stealth. Nobody knows I'm trans, except for the people I've been incarcerated with, and we can touch bases on that later on if you want to know about it. Comment below. Of course, I had to be in the women's facility. I have not had bottom surgery.
So what are you doing now? What's your process?
Right now, I'm taking an alcohol pad and I'm wiping the area that I'm gonna put the shot in, inject the testosterone in, because you don't want to get an infection. You can get an infection easy, really easy, and I'm prone to getting like a staph infection, shit like that, because I always like to fucking, excuse my language, because I like to pick, and you know, so it's just good to be clean. You know what I'm saying?
So what's your dosage?
My dosage is 200 milligrams every 2 weeks. And always, before you take your shot, take an alcohol pad and wipe the tip of this too. Keep it clean, yeah.
Do you know what your needle sizes are?
Yeah, okay, everybody has a different preference, a different size needle, how they do it. Some people do it in their stomach, some people do it in their arms, some people do it in their thighs, or their butt. I used to do it in my butt, but that's kind of hard, bending around backwards, and I get I get better results doing it in my thigh, I feel like. But what I do with the gauges here is I get a half-inch needle, half-inch long needle. I don't know if you can see that real well. Do you see that, babe? And I unscrew the half-inch and put this real thick gauge, and this is about a what would you say, babe? It's about an inch. Thick. I mean, how thick do you think that is? What does that say?
I'm not too sure.
It's millimeters.
It's 1.2 millimeters
Yeah.
times 25 millimeters.
Yeah, but anyways, I don't know how to read all the needles, okay, but it's about that thick, and it draws up the liquid pretty fast, because, you know, it's very thick liquid, you know, so it's best to rub it in your hands, the bottle, get it warm, you know, like a body temperature,
Yeah.
and then pull it up, you know, with a thicker needle. So that's what I do. So now I'm going to open the needle and take the original needle that I'm going to use. I'm going to unscrew it off. Oh, this one isn't the half-inch. This is the inch one. I hate these. Let me see if I got half an inch one. I'll be right back. Yes, I got one left. I'm not using that one. I got one half-inch long left. Thank God, because those inches hurt. So anyways, this is an inch long needle. I used to use these in my butt cheeks. No bueno. So now I use these in my thigh, which is a.
So how do you choose where to do it? Why is your leg your preference?
Alright, so your testosterone has to be, it is an intramuscular, what do you want to call it?
Medicine.
We could go with medicine. It's an intramuscular medicine, which means it has to be injected in the muscle. So people can go to their stomach, their but your main muscle groups, your thigh, or your shoulder, your shoulders are here. I used to do my butt, and like I said, it's hard to do that by yourself.
Because I've only ever seen you do
the thigh.
The thigh.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I got to see you, where you said, watch. You said, watch this, watch. I remember we were at my dad's house. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yep. It sucks, Once I get my hysterectomy, I won't do the shots anymore. I've decided.
Yeah, you're no surgery. No surgery.
Yeah, I haven't had no surgeries. I told her last week. I learned in prison that when they get baby shots, they give them the shots on the side of their legs because that muscle is so big, and it's not as painful.
And how do you do it?
What you want to do is stretch your leg out, find that muscle, take your hand. I learned this in prison by a nurse, and I was in prison for 4 years. You take your hand and put it at your hip bone, okay, and follow your fingers down, and you go right in between those fingers.
And that's where
you go.
Hurts the legs?
Yeah. All right, so right now I'm going to unscrew this needle, and put the big one on, and draw testosterone.
So you use the one that's wider, that's thicker?
Yeah.
To get it in?
Yep. Let me ask you some questions.
Okay.
How do you feel being a trans guy?
I don't feel no different.
Doesn't? Does it make you anxious sometimes do I act different on like shot day? Or is that a myth? Because some people say it is, some people say it isn't, and I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I can kind of tell, like the days following after the shot day.
Yeah.
You seem a little short.
Yeah.
Not aggressive, not like missing out,
Yeah.
not super aggressive or anything like that. But just kind of like a little irritated with the normal day-to-day stuff. Other than that, there's really no issues. I don't think that the testosterone throws you off. But that also comes back to your levels staying on top of your levels and being balanced and stuff like that.
Yep.
And you've been doing pretty good keeping everything stable the last 6 months. So.
Yep. And it's always good. I know some people don't have a partner to do this with. I got blessed. I was doing this all alone when I first started doing this. I've been transitioning almost 5 years now. She's been with me through this whole transition. I got lucky, because doing it alone sucks because you stay in your mind a lot, you gotta stay out of that place because it's dangerous, you know what I mean? Especially for a young trans person.
And I just missed that part, the mental aspect of the transition. When we had first met, I just missed it.
Yep.
So what are you thinking about right now?
How bad this is gonna hurt, and I always go in the same spot. There's so much scar tissue there. I'm trying not to, but I'm gonna have to.
Does it help you if somebody talks to you or not really?
Yeah, you can talk to me if you want. It's up to you. It hurts regardless.
It hurts either way, huh?
Yeah. This bitch hurts. No, it's actually not that bad. It's mind over matter.
I was just gonna ask, what's your mindset while you do it? Is there anything any kind of like a ritual, anything that you do to get yourself ready?
I usually play music because it helps me. It helps my mind. This is my first time doing this with you.
Yeah.
So this helps. So if you have this, use it.
So what about changes? Let's touch on changes a little bit. What was your timeline?
I didn't start noticing changes until probably almost 2 years into this. 2 years into my transition.
You really started seeing
Yeah, I had like a little bit of facial hair about 10, 12 months into it. That's when I first met you. But my big ultimate change was down there. That was the first thing that ever changed me.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
And I asked a friend of mine, he's trans, he's older than me though. He's like in his late 30s. Shout out, Lucky. I was like, you know, have you noticed any changes down there yet? And he said no. So it's different, it varies. Every guy's changes are different, you know.
Anything else you want to touch on?
No, that's it. If you got any questions, like I said, comment below. Like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, we'll do
Notice
this
us,
every
love
2
us.
weeks.
You know what I mean? We'll touch on everything. She's awesome. Talk to her. She's there. If there's any trans guys that need anything, need to talk to anybody, she's there. I'm here. Don't feel like you don't have nobody, because you do. You know what I mean? Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Subscribe, motherfuckers!